All right. Hey guys, I've been asked to do something on riding positions. So that's what we're going to review on today's Graybeard Biker. All right, so I did an episode a couple of months back on group riding. And since then, I have been asked to kind of break that video down into different segments. So today is on riding positions. We'll also have separated videos for motorcycle hand signals, riding formation, the ride itself, roles, responsibilities, and other relative maneuvers, and then passing, blocking, and parking maneuvers. So, let's get into it. The next thing you need to know are riding positions within the group. Now, I'm going to start by telling you club positions based on my experience, but different clubs can assign different positions and use different titles for their positions, etc. For us, the president rides left. That's front, left, and in charge. The VP is to his right, followed by the other officers, secretary, treasurer, etc., depending on what positions the club happens to have. Then there's the road captain. Now, the road captain is the highest ranking junior officer. It is normally first behind the officers, but his position can change depending on the ride and depending on the club. Sometimes he's riding left with the president to his right. Sometimes he's in the tail gunner position. The road captain is generally the one that makes the plans, holds the riders' meeting, assigns the blocking positions, and that sort of thing. If he's riding left, usually he is leading from the left. If he is riding behind the officers, like in the progression that I mentioned here, he is going to be in charge of passing signals back if the president doesn't start them himself. And in this case, he starts the junior officers if they exist. After the junior officers will come the patched members based on seniority. Then the prospects based on seniority. After them, you have the hangarounds and the friends of the club. After them, you have trikes or any three-wheeled vehicle, like bikes with sidecars, whatever. Then there's the person that's riding drag. This person is also called the sweeper, tail gunner. Some people may just call them the blocker. They are the person that is in charge of protecting the pack from the rear. Now, we'll talk more on that later when we get to special maneuvers. But after everyone, often at a great distance because they're not really part of the column, is going to be the run truck or support vehicle, if they exist. Sometimes you don't have a run truck or support vehicle, but they run behind everybody else. Now, in clubs, they are generally considered to be part of the pack, as long as they don't interfere with the duties of the tail gunner. Now, in public groups, which is what's going to affect most of you, the positions are generally set up this way. You have the road captain, who is the leader in the first position. That's the one that's riding left, first position left, right? They're the ones that prepare the ride. The road captain will meet with his road guards and the tail gunner, and they'll discuss all of the needs for the ride so that everyone knows how it's going to work and where everyone is going and using what route and that sort of thing. The number 2 position is generally reserved for a VIP personnel, be it a guest or a celebrity or whoever it might be. Then positions 3 and 4 are usually road guards or blockers. I've heard them called left and right flank before, and I've heard them called marshals. For big groups, you can have as many as 8 different road guards, all starting with positions 3 and 4 in the column. After the road guards, you have the rest of the pack, with the least experienced behind the most experienced. And then after them comes trikes, Can-Ams, again, anything that has 3 wheels in back of all of the 2-wheeled motorcycles. And then behind them will be the person that is riding drag, the tail gunner, the person that's responsible for protecting the rear of the column. Then any support vehicle would follow after that, again, usually at a distance. So it's very similar to club positions without some of the individual rank and responsibility. Now, we'll talk more about the individual positions a little later in the video, but right now, let's talk about how Okay, so that's it for this segment. If you want to watch all of the segments in one video, which I highly recommend, I will put the link to it at the end of this one. Or if you just want to watch the next segment in these installments, I'll put a link to that one up as well. So both will be linked at the end of today's video. So if you got anything out of today, if you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And hit that like button, thumbs up. That's all good. It helps us a lot here on the channel. And we appreciate it. You guys, until the next time, stay safe, stay free, keep it shiny side up.